always been told to love myself. I try, but I can never understand.
All right, you really failed. You failed.
Okay, so you failed. It's not the end of the world. You fell off the wagon and you're going to get back up and you're going to try it again, because anything that you do in life will always result in some kind of failure unless you do what it is that you need to do correctly. So today I'm going to talk about why people fail when they go on the keto diet. It's happened to me, it's happened to the best of us. So if you're interested to find out the reasons behind failure in keto and how to rectify them, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's break it down step by step. The first point is that you're probably not prepared. It's not just about not having carbohydrates or sugar in your diet or cutting out bread or pasta. It requires planning your meals, tracking your carb content, tracking your fat content, measuring everything that you eat. In a ketogenic diet, it's high fat, low carb, not high protein. So if you're eating more protein that your body requires, that protein is then going to convert into glycogen, which will eventually or in time raise the level of insulin in your bloodstream. You need to measure per kilogram the amount of protein you're going to consume. So if you weigh 100 kilograms, then you should only be eating 100 grams of protein. It takes about 2 weeks of your body to start eating into the stored fat before you start burning fat. A lot of people also mistake the idea of just eating randomly as much fat as you want. That's not the case. Initially, obviously, that will help because your body is converting from burning glycogen or glucose to fat. But it's not like you can eat a jar of peanut butter or a whole block of cheese and think then that you're going to lose weight, because believe me, it's not going to happen. But the best advice that I can give, and believe me, I'm no expert, is time. You need time to transition into the keto diet. So the next point is not eating enough calories. And I know this sounds like a contradiction, but it's what kind of calories that you are eating that's going to make the difference. Now, another major problem for people that are failing on the keto diet is that they're having too many keto snacks. And that could be anything from peanut butter, fat bombs, strawberry fat bombs, because if you eat too many of these, even though they are low carb and they are sugar free, they will still add to your carbohydrate allowance. You should really only be eating less than 50 grams of carbs, no matter what source they are. So in summary, the keto diet and the foods that you should be eating should be based on clean, healthy, real food. Now the next problem is that perhaps you're not eating enough fat. The ketogenic diet is based on high fat content, so it should range between 75 to 80% of the foods that you are eating. And these fats can be anything from eggs, avocado, coconut oil. And when you're not consuming enough fat, that is when the hunger will strike. Fat will satiate you, fat will fill you up without raising your insulin. So if you're not eating enough fat, you will start to get hungry, you'll feel groggy, and then there's more of a likelihood that you will binge. So you need to measure your fat content and ensure that you're eating enough of it. So the next major problem is that you're probably skipping out on your veggies or your vegetables. The macronutrients or leafy green vegetables are so important in a ketogenic diet. So people tend to give up on what they call the keto flu, and this happens in the beginning when you're transitioning from your body burning glucose to fat. It may take a couple of weeks. In some instances it only takes 2 or 3 weeks, and for others it can take up to 6 weeks. This is where you need to be vigilant, and this is where you need to have the willpower to keep going. You will possibly feel fatigue, grogginess, headaches, a parched mouth with a metallic feel, mood swings. This is all part and parcel of going onto the keto diet. Just remember that it will get better. The keto flu is generally caused by lack of water because it's the electrolytes and the salt in your body that's going to be depleted once you start on this diet. So if your insulin is being lowered, you need to keep your hydration and your water intake up. Alcohol can be a real roadblock, especially during parties, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, you name it, New Year's, Christmas. This can hinder your progress within the keto diet. You need to plan the kind of drinks that you're going to drink. I'm alcohol free, so for me this isn't a problem, but there is a variety of drinks that you can have which are low in carbohydrate, and I will link them below in the description box if you're a person that really needs to have an alcoholic beverage. And another problem, of course, is when you're going out to dinner. This is where planning really needs to take place. You need to research the restaurant, go as far as asking them on the phone whether or not they can tailor-make meals for you. When I go out, my basic course of path is a steak with some greens or salad on the side, and they're more than happy to comply because obviously they want your business. Never go to a restaurant when you are famished, because at that point you won't care and you'll just order anything off the menu. So it's always important that if you're not intermittent fasting, and intermittent fasting is another topic altogether, then you need to at least have something keto friendly before you embark on going out to dinner. Another problem that we all have is when we come to a roadblock. We weigh ourselves, we see initially that the weight's falling off, but then your body is going to recalibrate. It's going to readjust, and you may stall, and then you may even gain some weight back. But again, the weight may not necessarily be fat gain. The scales will never tell you what your composition of body weight is. You have water, you have fat, you have muscle, you have organs. They all make up how much you weigh. And unless you do a DEXA scan, when you hop on those scales and it reads 80 kilograms, you don't know what that makeup is. So this is where it's important that you do not get discouraged by what you see on those scales. The fact of the matter is, the more you prolong eating in a ketogenic way and you're measuring your calories, you're measuring your portions, you're measuring your ratios, in time you will reach your goal. My last point is, before I wrap up, is that look at the big picture. Don't look at this diet as a short-term fix. This is the way that you're choosing to live your life in order to have clarity, to have energy, to stop the aging process, to ensure that you are limiting the potential of metabolic diseases such as cancer, type 2 diabetes, heart stroke, heart attack, and the like. You need to concentrate and expect to go in there for the long haul, just like so many other things in life. So be prepared, don't get discouraged, and if you fall off and you feel that it's not working for you, tomorrow is another day and you'll get back on that horse and you'll try it again. So on that note, everybody, I hope that this has given you some hope, some inspiration, some guidance as to the fact that we're all human and we are all prone to failure at some point in our lives. So if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and click that notification bell for all the upcoming videos. I'm going to go now, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.